tiene 2 tallas completamente rápido y las pantuflas para que usted sienta que anda caminando entre nubes. Configurados, brindan ajuste, confort y seguridad. Ni se preocupe, porque nos está faltando que se vayan a divertir. Comenzó el programa de preliberaciones y amnistías en 2021.
If driving the longest road in the world wasn't enough, give yourself 100 days to build a 4x4 motorhome capable of such a task. 40,000 miles crossing every type of terrain imaginable, through some of the most feared and remote regions on Earth. Just for something to do? No. For something to write books about. Something to relish in the aliveness of living on the edge of the unknown insanity. Something to radically expand our perspective of what the world is actually like and what is possible within one lifetime. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Stacy.
And this is Toyota World Runners. With our compass pointed east, we are heading across the entire country of Mexico. Our goal is to travel to the remote and stunning jungle of the Huasteca region. This secret oasis remains almost unknown to American tourism. Still in the high desert plains of Durango, we were off to a rough start. We got a big problem here. We just lost all power on the highway. Oh man. I have no idea. Man, this is bad. Like right on the side of a major highway, just coming up a hill and lost everything. So the connection on the fuel pump came loose. We're gonna start it up now and see if we got power. Jeez. What an awful spot. Can you rev it?
We back.
We back.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, that was a good one. It's always a good one. Well, so far I'm not loving the inline fuel pump, but at least it's easy to work on.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was literally driving and just lost all power on a hill. It was like, he's like, why are you pulling over? I'm like, oh, I have to. Oh man. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Just keeping us on our toes.
Well, this is, I think, the 5th time in the last week that our truck has died up a hill on a highway in Mexico. I've been thinking it's fuel related. Every time we do something to the fuel pump, either put in a new fuel pump or mess with the wiring, it gets better. But this is just not good, and I don't know what's going on. Now I can't even start the truck. Having your truck break down on the highway in a foreign country is never a good time and can induce a lot of stressful thinking.
And fear.
Yeah. So in our pondering of what the heck could be going on after putting in 3 fuel pumps, well, the original and then 2 other ones, also replacing the fuel filter, I was pondering maybe that there's a vapor lock and the vent lines are clogged. So we took the fuel cap off and immediately drove up the hill we were stuck on without getting stuck. So yeah. We may have been overworking our fuel pump a little bit.
So we're gonna see. Fuel pump's definitely still making noise, which is like,
You can probably hear it a little bit.
Yeah,
It's still a bit loud.
Really odd. So we're gonna go a little bit further. Thankfully, we're just not on a hill anymore. It seems to always happen on a hill.
Yep.
So let's go test it out.
All right, wish us luck.
I think that's the first thing that kind of goes wrong. Like if you're going through all this effort, and it's not easy to travel overland around the world. Like it's not.
Busy Mexican roundabouts are a bit of an adventure.
Oh man, we need to be
Oh, I think I got a
over
break.
there. Okay.
Oh, everyone's going at the same time. Oh my god. You kind of just have to go for it.
Oh yeah.
And hope nobody hits you.
You just gotta own the road, baby. Please stop for us. Please stop for us. Thank you.
This way?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Success.
That was a good one. The camera battery died just as we wanted to show you, but there was a huge line of boulders.
I'm not sure we're allowed to be on this road.
But there was obviously a gap where cars were going, but there was just a ton of random boulders, like huge boulders, in the middle of the road.
This is just the horse route?
Okay, so now we know that we were on the new road.
Right.
Now we know that we shouldn't have been on that road.
Where are you going? You can't get down here.
Yes, I can. I don't know.
No. You have to go back down the road, babe.
I don't think so.
Our breakdowns had put us behind schedule on getting to camp before dark, so we were rolling the dice on whether or not this section of questionable highway was going to take us to our camp.
I'm glad we didn't just drive off the end of that.
Let it be known that on all of our maps, this road appeared as a large major highway. Mexico never failing to keep us on our toes.
My first 3 days in Mexico have been a roller coaster, to say the least. We definitely were optimistic coming off the boat. Spirits high, just excited for new beginnings. And on hour 2, we were on the side of the road with the hood up. So.
Hair is getting way too long. I'm at the middle stage where it's awkward and I don't like it.
We kept high hopes even after that, but I think with the culture shock and the truck not running properly, it's hard to kind of get the rhythm, I'd say. But we spent the last couple nights here just resetting and getting back to ourselves. So I can only expect good things from here on out.
I'm still not sure what the problem is. I think it's a vapor lock in the fuel system and the fuel's getting too hot because of where I have the fuel pump. It's close proximity to the exhaust, so it's vaporizing the fuel. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that yet. Probably end up moving the fuel pump or putting an in-tank pump in. None of the options I really love. I don't blame the truck though. It's more like the decisions I made when we built the whole thing in 100 days. Other than that, Mexico's really cool. Rural Mexico is awesome. Like out in the deserts, in the countries, the people are friendly, the farmers are awesome and welcoming, and the food's great.
Nobody said driving overland across the world was going to be easy, but overcoming ourselves and our emotions and our fears is proving to be fulfilling, even though it's difficult at times. You can't keep a frown on when you're surrounded by natural beauty like this.
goes anywhere.
I'm very sick.
You're very sick. Okay.
Our campsite tonight would be La Casa del Tío, a beautiful ranch tucked away in the foothills of San Luis Potosí. If you want to support us on this crazy adventure and see some of the best that Mexico has to offer coming up, pause this video, join our fam, and smash that subscribe button. Our journey is already one of elaborate contrasts, but I would rather the full spectrum of life and emotions than one of monotony. Okay, welcome to Under the Truck, and it is time to address permanently the stuttering, not really, hesitation issue, which now I'm almost 99% sure is happening because the fuel is getting too hot and it is vaporizing and causing a vapor lock. So basically because we have an inline pump, it's more susceptible to heat, and if the fuel becomes vapor, the pump cannot push it. So it's basically starving the pump and therefore the engine. So don't judge me for this super ghetto setup. We did it on the side of the highway with minimal resources, but this is what we've got going on right now. This is the inline fuel pump, and this is a new pre-filter that I added. We have the fuel sock that's in the tank, but I added this one as well. But you can see how close this is now to the exhaust. This actually used to be here with it had a proper strap on it. And rubber spacers, but because I added this, I wasn't able to use my straps because the holes were behind here. Anyway, this is just what had to happen, but now it's too close to the exhaust, and the fuel line is also very close to the exhaust. So what I'm going to do is I bought some new fuel line, and I'm going to move the fuel pump back here. Okay, so this is actually perfect. We have a little coupling piece right here, which is great. So I'm just going to take off these two hose clamps, remove that coupling piece, and put our fuel pump right here, and then I'll figure out a way to use the straps to strap it to this cross member. And I think that's going to help with two things. It's going to help with cooling, and it's going to help the pump not work as hard because it's going to be closer to the tank, and inline pumps prefer to push fuel as opposed to like pull it. So as long as the system's primed and fuel stays in the lines, the pump will just be pushing the fuel. That's my theory anyway. I'm gonna test it out today and, hope for the best. Feeling confident yet still apprehensive, we navigated Sunday out of camp and through more quaint and colorful Mexican villages. We eventually came across the striking remains of what we can only assume to be an abandoned resort just outside of San Rafael. These mosaic murals were unlike anything that we had ever seen, and it was hard to believe that something like this could just be left. These brief experiences feel like the gifts of overland travel. When you have a destination in mind, but the in-between is completely unknown. Another one of these gifts has to be these perfectly banked corners on these radical windy highways that I feel the late Ken Block would have thoroughly enjoyed. Something strange is that our entire time in Mexico, we have yet to see a single international vehicle or other overland traveler. And while we appreciate the authentic connection we're getting with the Mexican culture, it strikes the question, why? Are we just in an off-season? Or has the fear from the media been instilled so deeply that people are missing this part of Mexico entirely? I'll leave that one to you. We're not naive to its dangers, but we're also open-minded to its opportunities. And the $1 street tacos. The air is changing. The scenery is changing. It's warmer here, and we can sense our destination is approaching.
At the gas station.
There's a guy selling plums. We've unlocked 2 new achievements here in mainland Mexico. One is $1 street tacos. 2 is $1 beers, and they put ice in the bag. It's amazing. It's currently it's 38 degrees Celsius right now, and
we're noticing.
It's hot.
This is actually the lowest we've been.
Yeah, probably, I don't know,
in a couple weeks.
100% humidity. I don't know. It's really hot. The ice cube is gone. The ice cube is just melted on it. This region is roughly defined as the area in which the Huastec people had influence when their civilization was at its height during the Mesoamerica period. The Huastec people inhabited this area for thousands of years before the arrival of the Spanish. Today, the region is a unique blend of ancient and modern, with vibrant cities and charming small towns coexisting along ancient ruins and traditional communities. It is also the most biodiverse region in all of Mexico, boasting over 2,000 species of plants. Spoiler alert, we've actually been chasing the waterfalls, and this area has some of the most impressive in the entire nation.
It's like, I think it's 38 degrees outside. I mean, the water's probably 20 degrees, but it sure makes it feel colder. The mineral-rich rock and clay in this region give it the beautiful turquoise color. Although we're not convinced an elderly man isn't sitting at the top dropping food coloring into it.
It's time to let it go. It'd be easier for me. But there's something holding on.
This is freaking incredible. This waterfall falls 50 meters, or 164 feet, and would be the start of the Great Waterfall Tour of Mexico. Well, this is the most beautiful waterfall I've ever been to. Well, that was waterfall number 1 of 5, I think. What's your rating? What do you think of that waterfall?
I think it was rude of us to start with that one. That was insane. Oh man, it was so magical. We got there at the perfect time of day. And
I'm just so amazed that we got it to ourselves.
yeah.
Like, we showed up there were a few people, and then by the time we left, we had that entire oasis to ourselves, which is, you know,
Yeah.
you can't expect anything better than that.
Yeah, it was breathtaking.
But do we know where we're going?
No.
No, we don't know where we're going. But that doesn't mean we won't figure it out. Because we finally have phone plans. We have joined the free world.
But there's no service here.
However, there's no service here. So we will be following a blank pin on a blank map.
Follow us for more tips on how to overland.
Yeah, nobody said we were experts. We're just good at having fun. We are now deep in the land of sugarcanes, and these farmers are working incredibly hard to bring thousands of tons of cane to the processing plant. And ride a bicycle on a tightrope across a canyon to your death. And I mean, I consider it. That sounds
Matthew
like
really wants to do it.
Sounds like a pretty cool way to seek discomfort, overcome, you know, fears. I'm not scared of heights, but I just thought it'd be really cool. But we're forgoing that. For probably good reason. And our waterfall tour continues. And at this point, I don't think we'll ever dry out. It's hard to believe that we still have the most epic waterfalls still to see. Fireflies had tucked us into bed the night before, and the humidity brings a world so rich and nourishing, you'll miss it when you're gone. Disguised as a restaurant, only those who stopped to look would find out what was over the edge of this cliff.
Okay. Apparently there's 170 steps to get down, and the spiral is already making me dizzy.
You have to come back up this?
No, there's a gondola. Escalator.
I haven't done physical activity in a very long time. Here we go! This is really cool. I feel like it's just gonna fall off. I turn it on first. I win this battle. Go.
With zero expectations for what this place even looked like, we were left speechless. While the first waterfall felt like a playground, this one feels like medicine.
Definitely feels fresh.
Finding camp in this region has proven to be rather few and far between if you're not looking to pay. Thankfully, after an hour of meandering through only sugarcane fields, a spot on the river presented itself. This was a perfect example of not realizing how big our Chinook actually is. It took many tries, and we had to trim some branches. But we finally leveled the truck and settled in for a peaceful night next to the river with the bugs. The morning would bring more unexpected surprises.
¿Los años?
22.
Oh, sí. Yeah.
Ya ves, ahora por la ranquilla.
Wow.
Ya estaba llenado de horno y
Ah, muy
los
bien.
carros batallaban para salir con los...
I think I understood about 6% of what he was saying, but I think I understood about 20% of his body language and his energy. I'm pretty sure he told us that he's either owned or been working here for about 20 years. And I think he said he lives, over there, and that we could come for drinks. Oh, here he is again. Oh, muy bien. Wow, gracias, amigo. Ah, sí. Oh, no, too mucho. Gracias.
Ya que mandar a un rato.
Okay.
Sí, ya lo me voy para mi casa.
Muy bien.
And this, my friends, is how you learn Spanish. By drinking beers at 9 a.m. with a 78-year-old Mexican farmer.
Para allá, hasta allá, para adelante. Entonces me meten los Estados Unidos. Digo, ¿de
It's
dónde?
9 a.m.
¿De dónde vienen?
Uh,
Estados Unidos porque no tienen consideración de la gente.
I can't tell you how awesome this experience was. For the first hour. By the third hour, we were ready to go.
Aquí los malos. Usted tiene dinero, tiene ganado. Está ahí en la lista. Cota, tiene cota.
Okay, yeah.
We're trying to make bread. We'll see. We'll see if we kept our starter Chad alive.
Following a local recommendation, this would be our camp for the night.
Which spot would you like?
Which perfect spot would you like? Wow.
We've been wanting to make curry for months now.
I don't know if it's the humidity or I did something wrong, but it's still very sticky even after 7 hours. Maybe I didn't add enough flour. However, we are making little pancake things and they taste so good. So the flavor's there. It just doesn't look as nice as Instagram does.
Nice. Well, I figured it out. When people think of magical places, this is what they think of. This is it. This is the most magical thing I've ever seen. And I've never used the word magical this much in my life, but I can't think of a better word to describe what I'm seeing. I gotta show you before we get into our like epic tour of this place on the GoPro. I've got to show you just what's up on top of this hill. I don't know, it's staggering, it's magical. I'm running out of adjectives that perfectly suit what my eyes are seeing. Hang on a sec, I gotta cross this little river. So this is actually a paid campsite. We paid $5 Canadian for a private lagoon. But just on the other side of the lagoon is what I'm about to show you now.
¿Algo más?
See?
Okay, and then those are for 20.
What do you want? So, yeah, piquito.
20 pesitos de cuál de estos o de estos.
Bueno, sí, muchas gracias. ¿Cuánto cuesta?
Sería 110.
110.
Sí.
¿Cuánto?
25.
25.
So 25.
Yeah, sí.
20.
What are they, 10 or? No, those are 10. No, it's 30.
¿Cuál sería, amigos? El que ustedes escojan.
Ah, sí.
¿El que?
Sí.
Pues, ok.
Perfecto.
Y
Muy bien, amigo.
gracias. Mire, servilletas.
Ah, sí.
Sí.
There you go.
Las que sean necesarias, ¿eh?
Gracias.
Ah, es ok. Ok.
Ok.
Dale.
Muchas gracias.
Ah, su cambio, espérame.
Ah, it's okay. It's okay.
Ok,
Yeah,
gracias.
Yeah. Is it pineapple?
It's like a custard.
Ooh. I want to try.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Like a homemade donut sandwich.
This is how you gain weight in Mexico.
Yeah, and people just come up to your camp and feed you pastries.
When do you live in?
Oh, muchas gracias. Perhaps our biggest surprise of this trip so far was not realizing that it was Cinco de Mayo. What started as a private lagoon turned into a full-blown fiesta. And while we initially tried to resist it, us embracing it turned into the most wholesome and gratifying experience we could have asked for. We're really gonna miss this place. And if you're traveling to Mexico, do yourself a favor and make sure that you come here. Well, we're gonna leave it here, friends, and try and get some sleep. Join us next time, because the best is yet to come. I hope by now we've earned your subscription. As always, thank you for being here.
Que sufren, adoración de los que